Okay. Welcome to the stream. Sorry about that. Apparently we've been streaming for over half an hour and just not realized that we weren't actually on stream. Guess we should have guessed by the not lack of go live button. In any case, we're playing Secret the Mimic, and we've gotten a bit far. As you can see, we're stuck in here as that thing scans the hallways. Oh, we're glad you couldn't see the first half of the stream, honestly, because we just cowered a bit from actually progressing for. Make sure it's facing away from us. Do you think it saw us? No, or else I would have just kept on walking like that. It just stands there. It's getting closer. When we step out of here, it's just going to. Oh, this stream's going to be bad because we're just going to be a coward and not actually play the game, and this is really, really, really bad. Just in every possible way. Oh, please tell us we didn't go through all this trouble just to chicken out. We don't want to chicken out, but we're just beyond terrified right now. We have to play for a little bit. We have to at least get past this first section, then we can call it a stream. First, we have to make sure the elephant isn't facing us. And also, it isn't going to be close enough to here. this. Okay, we did it. We did it. Okay, so we figured out what our fear response is. We figured out during the jump scare, we don't scream. We go into this sort of tranquil panic where we just try to act as normally as possible despite every nerve in our body telling us to just run and scram and all of that. Two. Oh, that's gone. We really don't want to play this game anymore. And we've only just started. This is bad. This is really bad. Ugh. We can't do this. Like, we don't want to end the stream here. But... Ugh. Ugh. We're not going to end the stream. We're not going to end the stream. Sorry. Change of... just going to add a little something here. Cowardly. And pin it. So, what do we do instead, I know what we can do instead. We're going to open up Inkscape, stream it, and we're going to take that thumbnail and go modify it. That thumbnail took us forever, so we're going to do something about it. Oh. Oh, damn it, I think we're one concurrent viewer right now. Yeah, we are. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna change the stream title. Change of plans. We're not used to these sorts of horror games. We like more that atmospheric psychological horror, you know? like mouth washing. That was very good for us. We loved the mouth washing. We loved it to bits, really. But yeah, we just great. You can't see that. But there we go. We're just gonna change the thumbnail live on stream real quick. We gave it a good try. Change up. It's too much. If we were like safe in our own home, we would be able to do it, but we don't exactly have one of those. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Whoops, whoops. There we go. You get a quick little behind the scenes of how we make our thumbnails. Also, by the way, this was a pain. Like it looks a bit choppy, but even to get it to look that good, it was a pain. It's weird because we love horror. We genuinely love horror. Okay. We genuinely love horror, but we just haven't played that many non-psychological horror games because we love games like Mouth Washing and Iron Lung. That's another great one. And we love just horror aesthetics, and we love horror movies. Horror movies don't scare us. At least they didn't. Could they scare us now? Is it because of the RHRT? Are we just more scared now? Maybe. Alright, we're just going to take a little screenshot of this. Copy it to clipboard. And change the thumbnail. We are genuinely too scared. We are so sorry. Great, there's a bug here. We got too scared. Sorry, we're messaging a friend at the moment. Oh, I can't believe this. Our aesthetic is horror, and we can't handle a few jump scares. We're not sure. Why did we do this? Of course that's how it goes. Of course. Of course. It feels ridiculous because we love horror. Just not this jumps kind of horror. It's more about putting you on edge. Than actually being scary. Guess we just... At least in games. At least in games. Oh, we love horror stories, horror movies, horror... We love horror games even, like, psychological horror, we guess. That just the kind of horror that sticks with you. We don't know. We feel like we should have guessed that, but we aren't used to jump scare fairs when it comes to games and the like. Ow. We were having so many technical issues this stream. Just so many. We're just not sure what's happened with us. We still gotta do something. There's not a chat. There's... So we still have to do something, but what? We don't want to just default to one of our games. Ow. Sorry, hold on 1 second. We have to go do something. Okay. Sorry, just need a bit of medicine. Nothing drastic or anything like that, just ibuprofen or something. All this stress is just giving us a headache. Oh, that's gross. Hello. Hi. We just tried and failed to play Secret of the Mimic. It's just that we're outdoors and it's dark out and everything. You know, being midnight. Just perpetually midnight where we are and everything. And, we don't really have an option for indoors at the moment. So we guess that combined with FNAF's tendency to just shock you through your veins and just electrocute your neurons. It just was a bad mix. Right? And it's like, it's kind of embarrassing for just us personally. Not because of the stream or anything like that. It's just that we love horror. We really do. We love horror movies. We love mouth-washing, non-lung, and psychological horror games like that. It's just this sort of FNAF jump scare fair. We didn't realize we couldn't handle it. It's just up in your face about it. At every turn, at every corner, we're not sure what it is. Maybe it's just that specific kind of horror just isn't for us. Because it's not really engaging enough to keep us interested, but it's also like too shocking for us. That and, well, our circumstances just make it. Anyways, yes, hello. Welcome to the stream. This is a just chatting stream now. On the bright side, we at least know how we react to horror definitively now. Like, we don't scream, we don't jump, or do it much. We flinch a bit, but mostly how we deal with being horrified is, we just try and function as much as possible. We just try and we're silent. We get on our nerves quickly. We guess it's bravery, in a sense. Just being able to just sort of move on from what's horrified you so much. I guess that's what we've been good at for the past 900 years. Or, not... for our life, we mean. Finicky model and everything. We love horror. Why does that just... I'm nervous. We've never been scared by actual animatronics. We like them. It just feels like we're not sure what's happening there. Just we have a headache. Guess the stress has gotten to us, and we're now relieving that stress, hence the ibuprofen. It's some sort of minor painkiller like that. It's not actual painkiller, but you know, like ibuprofen levels. We get the other names of such medication. It's like why did that of all things manage to get us? Maybe it's just where we are this time in our life. This is my first time, like, fronting alone. My first time just being by myself in this head. It's weird to feel alone, you know? Some days you just sort of look up into the sky and wonder if you'll ever travel there, if you'll ever go beyond where you are at the moment. where you'll go back to being able to explore and not just being anchored to like one spot. Not even a reliant spot. Not like a house with a shelter, air conditioning, a bed. We would love a bed right now. Just our own private space where we can't bother anyone and no one can bother us. Then we can just keep all our stuff there and be able to travel and explore towns, cities, countries, worlds. And it's just we realize we're ranting to ourselves here. Not like people are actually watching, but not sure. Just the world's gotten tough lately. And the funny thing is, like in terms of our time here on this Earth, in this universe, this is probably the best it's been. And we are struggling here. We miss traveling. We miss it a lot. Glad we have water. Makes it just across the stars, across galaxies, across planets, and different versions of the world, you know. What we'd give to be anywhere but on this rock again. We've always favored the dark over the light. And you might think that's strange, you know? Especially being a mad scientist and all, you would think that you prefer the light, since the light represents knowledge. But we don't find there's much knowledge to be found in the light, because the light is just... yeah, drink our water. Because light is just what you know. Like, anything that's in the light is things you know. No one's afraid of the dark. They're afraid of what could be in it. And we love the dark. We just wish we could feel safe in it again. Because the dark is what you're really seeking. That unknown. That's where adventure lies. That's where things you don't know lie, in the dark. That's where you can make discoveries. You dig deeper underground to find new minerals. You sail oceans uncharted. The dark is kind of scary, yeah. And we like scary. We love scary. We love scary things. We love them so much. But you know, there's a certain point. There's a certain point where things can get too scary, you know? And we want to play scary games. We want to do all of this, you know? We want to go out and do things that no one's ever done before. We want to be able to travel, to go explore things. We want to be able to go. We want to travel with friends, and we have plenty. We just don't see them nearly as often as we'd like. Not their fault, really. Most of them live miles away. No, nearly all of them do, honestly. All the people we're close to, anyways. Even the ones that live in our area live in a few towns or cities away. Sorry, just typing to a friend here. Just everything feels like a lot right now, we guess. And we were separated from our HRT for a few days, which definitely didn't help. And now we're back on it, but you know, it's like those pent-up emotions from earlier. That panic we felt. It just... you know... Fuck. And of course, we've also been having a hard time accessing food. Just having a hard time with that right now, having a hard time with everything, you know, because nothing can go our way, apparently. Nothing. Nothing at all. Well, not nothing, but most things. Most things. At the very least, this stream seems to be going well. We have at least one viewer. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get double digits. What's that one quote from Titus Andronicus? Why do you laugh? I laugh for I have no more tears to shed. Sorry for trauma dumping, just... world's waiting on us. World's waiting on us for a minute and we miss our friends. You know? We still talk to quite a lot of them online, but we miss seeing friends in person. Thankfully, we're meeting up with one in just a couple days. That should help. It also means we get to have a shower. That's always good to look forward to. We just we just wish our personal meetups with friends were, just meetups and not them actively going out of their way to help us, which is nice and everything, but we want to hang out just to hang out, And they're gone. Whoever they were, they're gone. Like hell, we're going up that easy. We have to be streaming for at least an hour. Can you really call it a stream? It means a lot. We have a bad eye. It's a bit of a lazy eye. We're sure we've said it on stream before, but one of our eyes just drifts to the side like Igor. Oh. Damn it, we can't edit. Okay. Not from OBS, at least. We don't want to risk audio overlaying. Like, we have enough technical issues already. So, welcome back. Welcome back. Didn't think you were... Okay. You probably just went to do something, or like OBS has just glitched out for a second there, or something. Oh well. Thanks for listening, even for as long as you did. But yeah, we have like a lazy eye, it just drifts off like Igor from Young Frankenstein, Just like, we would show it, but the eye tracking on this thing isn't great. It's only the one eye. It's really blurry in that eye. Our other eye has perfect 20 vision. We can see text from even very far away. Like, oh, restroom, got it. Fair enough. What, you didn't take us to the bathroom with you? Take us to where you... Just kidding. Also, we're glad to figure out PC Face has, a wink mode. Which is good, because often we have a habit of closing one of our eyes, though for some reason, it doesn't like to track that eye. Then again, we do have the thing on mirror mode, just because it looks more natural, But yeah. We're going to keep going for at least until an hour has passed. An hour would have passed already, but we just didn't realize we weren't streaming for a half hour of it. But yeah, we found out FNAF isn't for us. We still want to delve into horror games, but it's gonna have to be more psychological horror, like mouth-washing. That stuck with us for a while. We guess we just like the horror you have to think about, Just the implications and everything. We also like comedy horror. Comedy horror is a favorite of ours. And of course we love a good B-movie. They're good, cheesy fun. And of course we take a lot of inspiration from it, as you can clearly see. We wish we could lean into that more, but, we're having trouble on the technical side of things. We have a few projects we need to get done. For like almost 40 minutes, yes. for just talking to our laptop for a bit. It's just, oh, that guy's back. But yeah. But yeah. That guy's gone. He just forgot something. But yeah, we just talked to it. But yeah, we're honestly glad that part of the stream wasn't showing, because what we were doing was we were just cowering. We had we only just, like a half hour in, we started the first actual boss sequence. We figured out, like, Secret of the Mimic just isn't for us. You know? And games like it. Like those jump-scary horror games that try to get your adrenaline going and try to electrocute all your neurons in one fell swoop. It just doesn't feel good. It's like, it gives you all sorts of tension, which we guess is fine. But like, then you get jump scared after a while, and that hits you, and it's like, bah! But after a while, if you keep losing often enough, well, the jump scares stop being scary. So, our two options for this: either we were going to play a game series that did a style of horror that just got on our nerves a lot more, or it was going to turn out unpleasant to play for us. And ultimately, when you're just starting out, you should play the games that you like. You know? Like, you should just play the games you like when you're streaming so early on. So, like, if we just weren't vibing with that game, like, we wanted to at least finish the stream with it, but, like, it was like, nope, 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 nope. We'll have to watch, like, Let's Plays for it and everything. And we wish we could do more just chatting streams, but, you know, you need an actual, like, chat to chat with, otherwise you are just talking at a laptop, you know? Then again, we're used to talking to ourselves, being a system and all, but that's usually bouncing off of other alters. So sometimes we just verbally say out loud, like, lines from our daydreams, you know? Oh, you wanna know the form of stimming we got cursed with? Like, it's the most obtrusive form of stimming possible. Pacing. Like, it's the one kind of stim where you literally can't sit still for it. Like, we can do it from that stuff gives you nightmares. Fair enough, fair enough. Like, we have a feeling that if we were in a more secure position, if we were, like, back home across the multiverse, or, like in just a rundown shack here in your universe, we would be able to handle it fine enough to keep streaming, but as is, we're outdoors, late at night. And we like being late at night, you know. But, you know, at the same time, you just get scared. Especially when you have to carry your stuff with you everywhere. Who knows when a person could just come in and take everything away. Especially when we have to sleep. We try to sleep, like, in, like, our local library during the day. But, yeah, it's hard. Homelessness is a challenge no matter where you live. We just realized that's the first time we said it this stream. Like, I think we may have talked about it, like, in, like, our first stream back. Like, a lot. But, like, don't know. We just don't like, I guess we just view it as more like an archive for if we ever make it big. Like, sure, like, people aren't watching these streams now, but maybe one day in the future they'll come back and go, oh, where did they start? Where did this visionary, sure, we'll go with visionary. Where did this visionary get their start? And, well, I guess we're glad in that case that we're having technical issues up the wazoo, that we have trouble speaking at times, that everything just goes wrong every once in a while, because it just shows that if we are successful, it just shows whoever is watching in the future that, hey, if we can make it up from there, you can make it up from where you are. We had a lousy childhood. Lower middle class. Awful parents we don't keep in contact with anymore. Couch surfed a few places with people who really were not as kind to us as we initially thought. And of course, having a job. We don't have one of those anymore. And we're almost glad for it. Like, aside from, the lack of paycheck. Because, being able to pay for food, water, housing, that stuff's all nice. And magic cards, the most essential thing. You need to get yourself some nice, juicy Magic the Gathering packs. We're half joking. But, like... just... we don't miss having to do medium labor. Medial labor, not medium. We don't miss having to do retail or construction work. Well, not sure. No. We weren't paying for it, but we have actual... not like at a construction site or anything. Actually, we're not even sure if that's right. Anyways. Right. Alright. Good to know. We'll get ourselves a snack to eat. Maybe there's another person in the stream. There's obviously not, but, just in case, we're gonna get ourselves a little something to snack on, and we do mean snack on. We don't exactly have full meals. So what do we have? We have these unidentified nuts. We're happy we don't have any allergies. We have cheese wisps, which are just cheese, but in cracker form. Like, literally, that's the only ingredient. Cheese. It's dried cheese as a crisp. And lastly, we have some fries that we stole out of a trash can. Bon appetit. Fit for a queen, we say. Or princess. Guess we like the label princess more. Probably just because it makes us feel young. We're still young, but... 900 years young. Shoo. Problem with this place is that there's bugs everywhere. And there's one right now on our laptop. And we don't want it to get electrocuted. And we don't want it to hurt our laptop. Okay, it's on the monitor right now. Nope, it fell off. Bug fell off. Bug fell off after that fnef stream. Like, we can handle horror movies just fine. Is the thing, We can handle horror movies of all sorts. We love horror movies, really. But there's something about a game. There's something about a horror game that just makes it the perfect medium for horror, Because it puts you in the protagonist's shoes, quite literally. Like, you are that character. Like, maybe not literally. Definitely not literally. Hopefully not literally. But you're in that character's place. And you have to panic and hurry in everything. And you just have to. Like, gaming is the perfect medium for horror games. For horror games. What? Sorry. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah. Hey, we accidentally typed 42 in chat. Not gonna post it, but just know we did. Can't believe we chickened out of that game still. Like, we've faced far worse. We faced gods. We faced... that is to say, we faced gods, who knows what. That's what I meant. Here comes that guy again. Also, we should give a little PSA reminder. Brush your teeth, please. We regret it. Back when we were young, we lost a lot of our teeth and had to get them replaced. So, hope you feel a bit of phantom pain from those days. Even all this time later. Yes, we faced far worse, even in our own childhood. Sorry, we still have a bit of a headache. Just gonna eat a bit more. Well, I'm not really a fan of this, but we have to eat something. We don't know when the next opportunity for food's going to come by at the moment. So, yeah, we just have to, hope. Sometimes it's all you have left. And if hope is all you have left, then there's probably not much of a reason to have it. But we cling to it anyways, because who knows? Things might turn out in our favor. So yeah. We've still been having a big special... Oh, hello, Liana. Hi. Hello. Sorry, just been trauma dumping a bit. It's sorry about all of that. Just everything's been sort of screwing in our life. You know? Ugh. Not like a lot of people watch this. Thankfully we have at least one person who's watching. They just went out to get some food. And we guess you as well. And yes, welcome. This was supposed to be a secret of the Mimic stream, but we'll be quite honest, we just chickened out. Hi Nick Swan, welcome back. Yeah, we honestly just chickened out, and we're so just frustrated with that because, like, and we're repeating ourselves here from when no one was watching, but, like, we've taken down, like, God knows what. We've confronted far scarier than anything that could show up in that game. Even when we were young. But I don't know. I think it's just that genre, because games are like the most visceral medium for horror, because it's like you're literally in the shoes of the character you're playing as. You are in that position. You no longer have the excuse of, well, if I was there, I would do this, this, and this. No, you, oh, because you mess up and you die a lot because, well, it's hard, you know, to do this sort of thing, to actually be in a horror scenario. I tried playing that game. I got too scared to play after my first encounter with the Mimic. Same! Like, we managed to at least sneak past the first encounter with the Mimic, but, we deleted the game. Not because, like, it's that scary, but because, you don't have a lot of space on there, and it takes up 18 gigabytes, and we'd very much like to save that room for, like, more games and the like, you know? Also, that game leaves behind a lot of temporary files, which we're gonna have to clean out later. It just gets scary after a bit, I guess. It's weird because we love horror. Psychological horror is great when it comes to video games, which we think is what we'll stick to when it comes to horror and games combined. But we love other horror media of all kinds. Movies, comics, books, just all sorts of different things. It's probably because we aren't, like, literally standing in that position. And fnef as a series, like, many people tell you it's not that scary. Fair enough, but it's scary in a way that actively targets your adrenaline levels, that tries to shock your neurons. Just like the horror equivalent of the electric chair, you know? Just there to shock you. And like, if the shock wears off, then it's like, now you're just playing a frustrating game. And those jump scares become less scary and more annoying. Just glad that we know how to sail the high seas, or else we wouldn't have had a few meals, honestly. By the way, take care of your teeth take care of your teeth, will you? We still regret it. Like, way back when we were kids, like, our parents were wrong about everything. We assumed they were wrong about brushing your teeth, too. No. They were absolutely correct about that part. And of course, the one part we didn't really take them seriously on is the part that most matters and is most affecting us to this day. The only thing they were right about. How's that for irony? Apparently never quite uninto their political views. Jesus. Yes. Just... sorry about that. Those are a variety of nuts we don't recognize. Not pecan. It's brown, a light brown. It's an oval shape. Could be an almond. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely an almond, looking at the inside. Just that pure whiteness in there. Mm. Oh, do you like it? Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yes. There are a few fun facts about it. For example, you know this purple streak in our hair? Well, one time we went to another dimension, and we applied a very special dye to it. And that dye, well, we might as well try and show you. Give us a moment, give us a moment. We're still gonna keep talking, but we still have to do something real quick. Oh, that's the wrong one. Ack. There we go. Yeah, that's some lore for you. Don't worry, it's better to show and not tell. Because something very peculiar happens when you do a certain something to it. Let's see. Give us a moment. Sorry, we're just setting up a black and white filter. Nothing too dramatic, really. Alright, we can only do it for a little bit. Maybe because this is an older model, but, yeah. Ta-da! As you can see, it's completely monochromatic. Yep, completely monochromatic. Just a simple black and white filter over the model. Wow, okay, we need to switch back. Hold on, we have to turn off the filter. But yeah, in case you've noticed, well, obviously you noticed, but like, sorry, brain needs to stop buffering for 5 seconds. But yes, it shows up even in black and white. Yeah, we know, right? It looks cool. Wrong one. There. Finagling with OBS is a bit tricky. So, like, we're gonna have to... I think we already did, but... Here we are. Here we are again. But yeah, it shows up as purple even in black and white. It's a very special kind of dye. You only get in certain dimensions. Got as a birthday present some... years ago. Years and years and years ago. But yeah. Yes. Sorry, wrong pipe. Yes. Yes. Uh, if you want to know our lore, so to speak, we're an interdimensional traveler and a mad scientist. Mostly the mad scientist bit. Our interdimensional travel device is broken. Has been for a while. It's funny. Wanted to come back here. We knew that this place was not very good in hindsight. We knew it at the time, but you know, be away from somewhere long enough, you start to miss it. And then you you break it on your way there, and all of a sudden you're stuck. You're just stuck again. Back to square one, with less resources than you had before. The exact moment you went away, just and ugh, we're so scared that this world will turn us sane. Not insane. We're already insane, and that's a compliment in our eyes. But, you know, it might just turn us to try and turn to, like, the status quo and whatever society wants you to think, whatever that may be. Ooh, you know, typical paranoid stuff. This world's dangerous now. It's gotten more dangerous since we came back. Though thankfully we think things will turn out all right in the end. Doesn't change the fact that right now it's scary. Exactly. We're all more than just a little insane. Well, we'd go so far to say that true quote-unquote sanity doesn't exist. There are no sane people out there. Because what is sanity but an objective view of reality? Just to be sane is to be able to know what reality is fully and truly, and none of us can say that. There's always some doubt. There's always something. And like some people will go, oh, well, there is no inherent reason or meaning to the universe. That's still applying a reason or meaning to the universe. A lack of meaning is still a meaning. We're all crazy. Might as well embrace it. And of course, crazy people are often the most marginalized in any society, because they're the people who actually go out and question things. You know? They're the most likely to, anyways. And mental illness is often used as a weapon against other minorities. Drapetomania, which was diagnosed to runaway slaves for the crime of wanting to not be slaves. There was hysteria, which was women for having emotions. Then, of course, homosexuality was labeled as a mental illness, as well as being transsexual. And nowadays, being a system or a dissociative identity disorder system, or an OSDD system, we don't know what the OSDD stands for, but being a system yeah, it's hard to believe because a lot of people still view it as like Two-Face and the ventriloquist from Batman, you know? Like, you know, there's not gonna be some super secret killer alter who's there to stab everyone to death. Well, there might be. We don't know every system, but for the most part, we don't think that's the case. The systems are just people at the end of the day. A lot of people in one tiny body. But yeah. Well, in our case, not tiny. We hate how tall we are. We wish we were a lot shorter. Like, half a foot shorter. That's much shorter. Mm. I'm just like... We've been having a rough go at it, mostly. We've always been having a rough go at it. This is one of the easier rough goings at it. You know. And how tall are you? A bit over 3 meters, or... No, wait, not 3 meters. 2. Or... What's the stupid conversion rate again? Okay. I think it's around 2 meters. It's well over it, honestly. Well, probably over that. Oh, no, it's under 2 meters. Yeah, it's under 2 meters. Sorry, we don't... Ah! We spent too long in America. Love to leave this dump again. Now we're traveling the multiverse across the stars and everywhere. I've never been to other countries on this Earth. At least not knowingly. Never stepped foot off it. Tall girl hours, tall girl hours, tall girl hours. Tall girl hours. Yeah. Our heights can be a bit of a problem at times. We feel like it just makes us feel so much more menacing than we want to be. Like, we don't want to be like cutesy and girly, but we do want to be like considered cute and Comparing our heights from meters to feet, we think our height is actually 6'2", which is very tall. Far too tall for our liking. Half a foot shorter. We don't like being an average person, but, you know, there's some extremes we don't like going into. Because, you know, dysphoria and all that and everything. Yeah, really tall indeed. Like, thankfully people don't mention it to us, like, ever. At least not anymore. But we think sometimes they think it. And of course, being homeless sort of messes with your appearance, so... Well, we think this actually looks a little similar to how we look. A little bit, at least. It is cleaned up of anything like... just general... things we're not able to wash out, you know? Also, we hope that the freckles are visible. We like our freckles. Freckles are nice. Freckles are indeed very, very nice. Excuse us for a moment. Our chair is uncomfortable. We need to get a pillow. Not to worry though. Easy fix. Hey, yes. Do you want to hear us philosophically ramble for a minute about the nature of villainy? Because we think that hero and villain are a lot more interesting than, like, what is oh. Okay. Sorry, our mic went out for a second. We think. I don't know, but that's what it looked like it happened. I just had to double check. But yes. Do you want to hear us philosophically ramble about, the nature of villainy and herodom? I just realized I've been watching in 240p. Yeah, I've been missing, like, a whole lot. We've just been standing here menacingly. We also tried to make sure we got a bit of the bags under our eyes. We always try our best, even when it's not enough. Well, we can't give it our all. Giving it our all, you lose something along the way. But yeah, philosophical ramble. Okay, so we think the nature between heroes and villains is a lot more complex than just good and evil, you know? We think the nature of villainy versus herodom is the nature of maintaining the status quo, protecting what's already there. That is the job of heroes. Changing things, trying to enact change to make the world a better place, or at least a better place for you. That's villainy. And we consider ourselves villains because we want to go out and change the world. We don't want to go full-on world domination. But we do want us all to escape this capitalist hellhole we found ourselves stuck in. You know? You say you know a lot, as if you do know. Like you don't. Yes. For sure someone must have thought this sort of philosophy on heroes and villains before. But we've never seen it. So we're just going off what we can. We think villains can be forces for good. And conversely, heroes can be forces for evil. Like, if you look at shows like The Boys or Invincible, it's pretty clear that the Superman XPs in those shows are the bad guy. But people have a hard time calling them villains or even anti-heroes or anti-villains. No, they're still superheroes, subversions on superheroes. Because heroes aren't inherently good, like we've been saying. Heroes are inherently about maintaining the status quo of where you're from, whether that's, in Homelander's case, maintaining the status quo of capitalism and making the company he works for the most profit possible, or of Omni-Man fulfilling the status quo of his empire, conquering all. And, like, that's all well and good. But there needs to be more of the reverse. Of villains that stay villain. You didn't just say invincible title card. Yeah. You made us choke on an almond. Shame on you. But yes, we did just say invincible title card. And you cannot stop us. Invincible. Yes. We haven't seen either of those shows, in all honesty, but we have seen plenty of discussion about it online. So, we think that's good fuel for our point, that we've seen the subversions of heroes, and yet we still insist on calling them heroes. Closer to real life example, police officers. We think they're bad. We aren't going to go into detail as to why. You can hear that from much better sources, or you've already made up your mind. Either way, just know that a lot of people consider the police bad, but they're still called heroes. They're never villains because the status quo serves them. That's the job of being a cop, really. Just take advantage of what's been given to you. And make sure you give us out as many parking tickets as possible. But yeah. So, if heroes can be bad, then the reverse must also be true, that villains can be good. And villains, ultimately, have ambitions to change the world as a whole. They want to change how society works. They want to change things, even if it's just them at the top. Villains can still be evil, of course, but for a good example of a villain, of a movie where there's a villain, and they stay a villain, not just aesthetically, but they stay a villain throughout the movie, is Wreck-It Ralph. He tries to be a hero, he fails. You know? Nice cursor. Oh yes, thank you. It's our... Wait, you're seeing that on the stream? Where? Oh, yes. Oh. Here. Yeah. It's a Rin Penrose whose cursor. She's one of our Oshis. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes. Wreck-It Ralph is a good example of a movie where the main character is a villain. They stay a villain. In fact, they struggle with being not a villain and trying to be a hero. But they end up changing up the status quo of an entire world and his own in one fell swoop. And there's a lot of chaos and havoc and bad things. Yeah. No, we did. Not sure what made it show up on there without us going into BC face. We must have just checked in on it absent-mindedly. Yeah, here it is. Ooh. We're trying to grin. Oh wait, we have another smile. Yeah, that one's a little creepy. But yeah. At some point we want to do a karaoke stream, but in order to do that, we need to get a new pair of headphones. Because either the music will bleed through, or the current pair of headphones we have, well, one, they're sort of broken. They still work completely fine, but yeah, just trust us when we say they're broken. Thing number 2 is they're wireless. So, and they can't connect to the microphone we have. So there's a slight delay. Streams lagging? Yes, we know. It's like a full minute of lag. Don't worry. We are well aware. We are well aware of the lag. But yes. We're not sure how to fix that lag, actually. Anyways. Our current headphones are wireless, so there's a slight delay between the microphone and the headphones because our headphones can't connect to the microphone. And that's, well, that's trouble because, well, yeah. Yeah, you saw that? We have a few expressions. This is our more neutral one. Our default smiling face. Our angry face. Angie. Our sad face and our surprised face. Our sad face is a little bit too cartoony sometimes. Look at this. That is the most small, thin frown. Yeah. Glad we gave you a jump scare there, because it was meant to scare you for a second. But yes. We do want to do karaoke streams, but like we've been saying, microphone headphones aren't compatible, so we're waiting until we can get a pair of wired headphones or earbuds. Might ask for that for, of course, from one of our friends. So, yeah. Alright. Also, listen to this. Oh, sorry, we keep hitting the... You wanna know what that sound is? Yeah, that's our wrists. Here's our fingers. That was our wrist again, sorry. Here's our neck. It's very subtle on that one. But yeah. Yeah. Those are our bones, chat. Those are our bones, yes. We do want to do a karaoke stream at some point. We're working on it. We just need to get a new pair of headphones. And some alone time, of course. Maybe a blanket too, to make the microphone capture our audio easier. Yeah. This is all very spacey, which might be part of the issue with our microphone. But yes. Our brains keep stuttering. We're trying to keep the stream going as long as we can. Yes. Back to the hero-villain thing. We do think villains can be a force for good. We like to think we're super villains. What's the difference? Presentation! Megamind doesn't count as a villain staying a villain throughout. Megamind becomes a hero at the end, even if he keeps his villain aesthetics. You know. But that's a movie about being true to who you are. And about the arguments of nature versus nurture and all that. And Despicable Me. Despicable Me is Despicable Me. Yeah, that was our wrist. Oh, that delay is longer than we thought, isn't it? That is a long delay. Alright, we're gonna have to search this up for a second. How to reduce stream delay. This is just for future reference. Stream delay OBS. We're starving and all we have to eat are almonds. And nope, that's this is what us tapping a table sound like. It's a metallic table, so that's our wrist. It might be a bit compressed due to the audio quality, but yeah, that's our wrist. So we're hoping to give a good name to villainy. Because villain is one of the first things you call your political opponents and the like. It's used as an insult when it really shouldn't be. What do you mean what just happened? Oh no, the stream delay. Okay. There we go. We started cracking our fingers and the like. Did something happen to the stream? Or... we're starving right now. We have almonds, cheese cracker things, and like 2 or 3 saw you crying. Stream just ended. Did we end the stream? Huh? Huh? Alright, we just checked. It still looks like... Uh-oh. It is starting to fidget a lot, though. Oh, no, it isn't. That's just our PC trying to catch up to the stream. Okay. Stream's still going on. Alright. Yeah. Because we were about to say, stream's still going on our end. Not sure what happened there. Maybe it was on our end, maybe it was on YouTube's end. Who knows, really. Yes. We have a habit of saying, but yes, you know? Just when we want to get on to something. But yes. Why is that one of our defaults? Alright. Stream fine, good to know. YouTube bugged for YouTube. Hopefully it's on YouTube ends and not ours, because if it goes away that quickly, we don't know what went wrong on our end. Very strange. Maybe it's like that dancing frog from the Looney Tunes cartoons. Hello, my baby, hello, my honey, hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a note by wire. Baby, my heart, tell me I'm your own. You know, because it only starts singing and dancing when you aren't when like no one else is looking. Or like the gremlins on the airplane in the Twilight Zone. I need to eat something. We don't have much, just the almonds. Had to be YouTube, probably. Yeah. We should have been keeping track of when we started singing. That way we'd know the exact... Ugh, our voice cracked. That way we'd know the exact amount of stream delay. Uh-oh. We got a tiny bit of almond stuck in our throat. That's alright though. Give us a second, we just need to get some water. There's a faucet like over here. The water from it is not exactly the best for you, but you know, it's better than thirsting to death. Like, alright, thirsting to death. Let's go with that. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's on our end. Yeah, it's on our end. OBS keeps disconnecting. Yeah, we use OBS. That's what we use. Like, even after all this time of using it, we still need to learn how to wrangle it. We're not sure what's happening there. Like... At least it's not our PC. Like, our PC's not top of the line, but it's only like 3 years old. It's designed for gaming in particular. We got it specifically for streaming and the like. Though it hasn't been as extensive as we thought. Like, for a while we regretted getting a laptop, but nowadays, considering our situation, let us tell you, it is sent from the gods, you know? Like ambrosia. Ambrosia. Pleh. Words. We need to learn how to use them properly. We were having so much technical difficulties yesterday that we had to cancel the stream and delay it to today. So it sucks that we weren't able to actually find out we had the guts to go through with it. We could get through mouthwashing fine, even if that shocked us to our core. Guess we like that visceral, existential, psychological, philosophical horror that just hits you right at the end with what it's trying to say. That seems better. Yeah. Thank you both for just staying in and chatting with us. That means a lot. So YouTube's still having an error on our end. But hey, apparently we got 13 views. Double digits. Good. That's very good. Honestly, we think this has been a good stream despite the everything. Might have something to do with the fact that the main problem with the stream was the fact that we didn't record a half hour of it. Yes. Also, we just learned like yesterday what studio mode is. Very useful. Very useful. Allows us to go to the waiting screen and also just do what we want. Alright, I'm going to bed. Think we need to get going as well. So yes. Goodbye. See you all next time. This concludes our